first, Woonsocket-based CVS responding to a new federal lawsuit tonight. It's about its practices regarding opioid prescriptions. Serious allegations. The lawsuit alleges that the pharmacy giant fueled the opioid crisis. Good to have you with us tonight. I'm Patrice Wood.
I'm Gene Valicenti. It comes after the New York Times reports on secret payments to CVS to keep the good times rolling. And now prosecutors insisting the drugstore giant filled prescriptions it knew were wrong. The I-Team's Brian Crandall looks at the legal action tonight. Brian?
Well, Gene, Patrice, CVS is slamming the new lawsuit, and former boss Helena Folks is defending her actions at the company. But the lead federal prosecutor in Rhode Island claims the pharmacy ignored warnings and cut corners in filling thousands of opioid prescriptions, including some that led to patient deaths. In the latest opioid lawsuit against Woonsocket-based CVS, federal prosecutors accused the country's largest pharmacy chain of, quote, unlawfully dispensing massive quantities of opioids and other controlled substances to fuel its own profits at the expense of public health and safety, going back more than a decade.
It is our allegation that CVS as a corporation ignored repeated red flags that large numbers of opioid prescriptions were not legitimate and should not have been filled.
The feds argue CVS ignored its own red flags about known pill pusher prescribers, did not have enough staff to properly check prescriptions before filling them, and did not fully implement safety programs. CVS responds in a statement, quote, "We strongly disagree with the allegations and false narrative within this complaint. We will defend ourselves vigorously against this misguided federal lawsuit." CVS claims each of the prescriptions in question was for a government-approved drug prescribed by a government-licensed provider, and that the company developed innovative programs to prevent opioid abuse.
Respectfully, I disagree. I don't think it could be more clear that a pharmacy has an obligation under the Controlled Substances Act that the prescriptions that it lets go out the door are legitimate.
How far up the corporate chain did this go?
Well, we are alleging that the corporation is responsible.
Former and potentially future gubernatorial candidate Helena Folks was head of CVS Pharmacy from 2014 to 2018.
A sufficient number of individuals at a sufficient level of accountability within the corporation were aware such that we allege the corporation is liable. We're not making specific allegations as to any individuals at this time.
And in a statement, Folks claims she confronted the opioid crisis head on, putting controls in place that cut opioid prescriptions by 45% and identified doctors who were abusing the system. Now, the feds are seeking an undetermined amount of money in this lawsuit, claiming many of the prescriptions were paid through government programs. I'm Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News.